Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me today because we have some very exciting General Hospital news to talk about, and it's definitely worth the wait. You know, I was sitting here with my morning coffee when I saw the news about General Hospital, and I couldn't help but grin from ear to ear. Haley Pullos is coming back. Lord, that really made my day. I've been watching the show for years, and when Haley played Molly, she just felt right. She brought so much heart and fire to the role. When she left in 2023, a lot of us fans felt like something special was missing. Now the whole fan community is buzzing with excitement because there's talk of her returning. Between you and me, I think most of us older fans are thrilled. Haley just nailed that part. She made you care about Molly's struggles, her family, and all the ups and downs. The current Molly, Kristen Vaganos, bless her heart, but many of us feel the stories with Molly and TJ have gotten pretty dull lately. The spark just isn't there like it used to be. We're all hoping for a breath of fresh air, and I truly believe Haley could bring that magic back. Of course, this news has stirred up quite a bit of debate, and I understand both sides. Some folks are shouting for Haley to step right back into Molly's shoes, while others have grown to love the current actress and don't want to see her go. It's a tricky situation, just like real life, ain't it? Soap operas have always been full of these kinds of heartfelt arguments. What I love most is how kind everyone has been through it all. Haley recently shared on Instagram that she's got a brand new role in a Lifetime movie called The Dating App Nightmare, airing this Thursday, May 7th. I thought, good for her. Maura West, who plays Ava Jerome, jumped in right away with a big cheer. That's right. You got this. Haley wrote back saying Maura is the absolute best and how grateful she is for all the love and support from her old castmates and fans. That warmed my heart right up. It shows there's still real friendship and kindness behind all the on-screen drama. I've followed General Hospital for a long time, and moments like this remind me why I keep tuning in. These characters and actors feel like old friends. Whether Haley returns as Molly or shines in something new, I'm rooting for her all the way. She deserves every bit of success and happiness coming her way. You know, I was just thinking about this new movie Haley Pullos is in, and the more I hear about it, the more I can't wait to watch. It's called The Dating App Nightmare, and let me tell you, it sounds like one of those stories that grabs you from the very first minute and doesn't let go. The film follows a single mother named Kate and her daughter Sarah. Like so many folks these days, both of them decide to try their luck on a dating app. Kate's probably hoping to find some companionship after raising her girl, mostly on her own. And Sarah, being young and full of life, is just looking for a little fun and excitement. But what starts out as something innocent quickly turns into a mother's worst nightmare. Haley Pullos plays Sarah, and from what I've read, she does a wonderful job showing how a trusting young woman can find herself in real danger. Sarah goes out to meet someone she connected with on the app, and then she just disappears. No calls, no messages, nothing. Can you imagine how that must feel for a mama? Kate is left scared out of her mind, wondering where her daughter is and if she's okay. She doesn't just sit around crying. She gets help and starts searching everywhere, determined to bring Sarah home before it's too late. The whole story is packed with tension, worry, and that deep love a mother has for her child. I tell you, it hits close to home. In this day and age with all these apps, it makes you think twice and reminds us to be careful and look out for our loved ones. I'm really excited to see Haley back on screen in this role. This Thursday, May 7th at 8, 7th SC on Lifetime, you'll get to watch her shine again. After everything she's been through, this feels like a real comeback moment for her, and I'm genuinely happy for the girl. You remember what happened a couple of years ago? She made a serious mistake. She got into a bad car accident while driving under the influence, and it landed her in jail for 90 days. That whole situation really knocked her career down hard. General Hospital had to let her go as Molly, and for a while there, it looked like things might not turn around for her. I know it wasn't easy. Haley has said how much that accident haunted her, how she couldn't stop thinking about the harm she caused and the people affected. On top of that, she had to read so many mean comments online, people calling her names and tearing her down. It must have been heartbreaking. Now, as someone who's followed her work for years, I'll be honest, what she did was wrong, plain and simple. Drunk driving is no joke and it hurts innocent people, but at the same time, I've always believed in second chances when someone shows they're truly sorry and willing to learn. A lot of us fans feel the same way. We didn't like what happened, but we've been rooting for her to pick herself up, make things right, and get back to doing what she loves. Seeing her take on this emotional role in the dating app nightmare gives me hope. It shows she's working hard and ready to move forward. She still has that talent that made us fall in love with her as Molly, that ability to make you feel every bit of the character's fear, sadness, and strength. I think this movie is going to be intense and full of twists, the kind that keeps you talking about it long after it ends. If you're sitting at home tomorrow night with a cup of tea or coffee, why not give it a watch? It'll be good to see Haley doing what she does best again. Lord knows life throws hard times at all of us. Watching someone like Haley get another opportunity makes me smile. It reminds me that it's never too late to start over if you're willing to put in the work. So I'll be tuning in, cheering her on from my living room, and hoping this is just the beginning of many more good things coming her way. You know, with all the excitement swirling around Haley Pullos and her new movie, there have been quite a few rumors floating around about General Hospital lately. Some fans were whispering that the show might bring Haley back to take over the role of Molly and push Kristen Vaganos out. But let me tell you, from what I've seen and heard, Kristen handled the whole thing with real grace and class. She didn't throw any fits, didn't go on social media to defend herself, and didn't make any big dramatic scenes. She just chuckled at those made-up stories, shook her head with a little smile, and kept right on working. I admire that kind of quiet strength. In this business, where gossip travels faster than a summer storm, it takes a good head on your shoulders to stay focused on what really matters. Instead of wasting her energy on silly rumors, Kristen has been pouring everything she has into the role. She wants to prove her talent, to show the fans and the writers what she's truly capable of, and to give Molly a depth and heart that keeps us coming back week after week. That kind of dedication always touches me. It reminds me that the best actors aren't the ones who chase the spotlight the loudest. They're the ones who show up every day and do the work with love and honesty. And here's the good news for everyone who's been worried. Kristen Vaganos is staying put. She'll continue playing Molly on General Hospital for the foreseeable future, and I'm really glad about that. The writers have some nice things lined up for her character, and I think we're going to see Molly grow in some beautiful and touching ways. Lately, Molly has been feeling a bit anxious about working closely with Cody Bell, that charming fella played by Josh Kelly on a book promotion trip. She's got those little worries in her heart, wondering if spending so much time together might complicate things or bring up feelings she's not quite ready for. I think a lot of us can relate to that nervous excitement when someone new starts becoming important in our lives. But Cody, he sees the whole thing differently and in the sweetest way. To him, this trip is a golden opportunity, a chance to spend real, quality time with Molly, to talk for hours, to laugh together, and to finally understand each other on a deeper level. I tell you, that hopeful, optimistic spirit of his always puts a smile on my face. It feels so genuine, just like the way real relationships slowly bloom when two people give it a real chance. The folks at General Hospital have been teasing that Cody and Molly will keep exploring this new connection of theirs in the coming weeks. There'll be tender conversations, maybe a few misunderstandings, some sweet moments, and probably a surprise or two along the way. That's what keeps me hooked on this show after all these years, the way it shows. Love isn't always easy, but it's worth every bit of effort. All in all, I'm happy to see things calming down in a good way. Haley gets her fresh start with that exciting Lifetime movie. Kristen gets to keep growing as Molly, and we fans get to enjoy both stories. Life has taught me that there's room for more than one talented person to shine. Nobody has to lose for someone else to win. These young actors are doing their best, learning from their mistakes, and moving forward, and that's something worth cheering for. So I'll keep tuning in, just like I have for decades, with my coffee in hand and an open heart. Whether it's watching Haley deliver a strong performance this Thursday or seeing what sweet trouble Cody and Molly get into next week on General Hospital, I know there'll be plenty of drama, laughter, and life lessons to enjoy. At the end of the day, that's why we love these shows. They feel like family, full of ups and downs, but always worth coming back to, and I, for one, wouldn't have it any other way.